What's going on, guys? It's Joey, Panthers Pro Wash, Charlotte, North Carolina. Just wanted to come on and say that I've been seeing a lot of posts recently and a lot of conversations with other guys in my area about how slow it's been. It has been quite slow, and that is something that we see every year about this time of year. I feel bad for some of the newer guys that don't have, like a system in place to help them get through that slow season. So with that said, it's very important that you understand the ebbs and flows of the business, right? So the main thing that you should have and definitely be working on developing, if you don't have, is a marketing calendar. Now, with what a marketing calendar does is it allows you to see when certain forms of advertising are working and when others are not. So, for example, basically after Thanksgiving, those 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, all the way until about February, March, is the slow season, at least in the if you're not in Florida. Anybody that's in Florida, you're in the slow season. So during that period, things like Google Ads are not going to work. Things like passive advertising, where you're just letting the customers come to you, are not going to be working. And that's not going to be working not necessarily because of lack of effort on your part, but because people just aren't looking for your service during that period. You can actually see a dip in search queries for pressure washing and pretty much all home services that involve cleaning. You see a dip in it during that period. And then you see a rise in that search query during the second, third quarter. But then there's this small dip in the middle of summer, which is right at the end of June until about the first or second week, at least for us, of August. So what's happening in June is those search queries are going down and people are all going on vacations. And I call it the vacation slowdown. So during that period, people are spending more money and are not as interested in, or not as active in looking for services during that time. You get a whole different kind of customer that's searching for stuff. We got a decent amount of calls this month, which is July. But it was a bunch of price shoppers, tire kickers, people that weren't super serious about it, or our values just didn't match up. So during this period, during those low periods, you need to see what's working, what's not working. So I know that Google Ads doesn't work as well during this period, right? So what we did instead is we started passing out flyers, going around making sure we were doing our 5 rounds, putting out yard signs, that kind of stuff, to try to drive more business, more active forms of marketing. We're going to the customer rather than letting the customer come to us. So using flyers, I haven't done it, direct mailers, those are the kind of things that you want to do during a slow period. And I know it's like, ooh, I got to spend money to send those things out, or I got to spend my time to go out and pass those flyers out. And you're like, oh God, especially when you have a system where you put some money in and you put $1 and it kicks $5 back out for you, like Google Ads or Facebook ads. So if you guys don't have some kind of calendar like that put together, I highly encourage you to look at your data. If you are not tracking your data, you need to be tracking your data. Look at your data, see what's working, see what's not working, and make adjustments then. So I don't want to see any of you guys that watch this video be posting on Facebook like, oh, I'm so slow right now, anybody needs subcontractors, we just aren't getting any business in. I don't want to see people struggling like that. And it's very important that if you are new, that you take you take some of that money that you're earning and you put it aside for those low periods. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to be around next year, because your only option is going to be to sell your equipment, sell your business. So get yourself a marketing calendar, make sure you're tracking your data, and get together a system that's going to allow you to stay busy throughout the year. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. If you want to see more stuff like this, I'd like to try to build up this channel a little bit more. I think that I have some good info, and by no means do I ever claim to be a guru or some dude that's broken the code. I just know what I'm doing, and I'd like to share it with you guys if that's something you're interested in. So by liking, subscribing, or leaving a comment, or all three, you're letting me know that you're interested, and I'd be willing to put up more videos. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that gives a little bit of insight as to what's going on right now. So have a good one, y'all. Be safe.